I'm Romero.
And I'm Chris.
The world we live in is weird, and you're liable to get lost without someone to guide you through it.
Unfortunately, we aren't those people. Join us each episode as we share the strange, bizarre, and downright unnecessary in an attempt to better understand the world around us.
And say whatever we want along the way.
Because this is the Non-Experts Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Non-Experts Podcast. We are your hosts. No, I'm kidding. You know what the names are. Come on, do better. Anyway, per usual, two things you got to get out of the way, man. How are you feeling? And what's the weather like right now?
Yeah, like always. It's kind of sucky.
Yeah.
It's raining, and the temperature fluctuates between being hot and too cold. I mean, not too cold, but, chilly. Like,
chilly,
I'm going to wear jeans, and then, like,
it's
hot.
shorts.
Exactly, yeah. So, makes no sense.
Other than that, how are you?
Oh,
Feeling
fine.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm
No,
fidgety.
wait.
It's been like... You'd be that one teacher.
We missed you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was really no fault of our own. Some things just popped up, and it's okay to take a break. We have bonus content for that reason.
Exactly.
So it feels good to be back.
See.
I almost touched you there just for the sake of in my mind it would go, but I'll hold off. Let's hit the agenda, man.
All right. Well, I did want to start. And this is not an list of importance, and you'll see why I say that later. But I want to start with we have a brand new toy here, and you saw it, but you don't know its purpose. So, but it's a little stream deck in case you can't see that. I would like you to go ahead. There's a button on there that says soundboard down in the corner. I'd like you to hit that for me. I now have set up a soundboard of sounds.
Oh.
And I figured instead of sitting here and searching for a sound, I'm like, we'll just pick stock sounds and just we'll go with that.
You stupid.
I love it. I'm more so happy at the ones you chose. Like, this is... Give it up for Chris, man. Give it up for Chris.
So yeah, we have a lot of fun ones. I think this is my favorite.
What even is that?
It's like Twilight Zone, like
Yeah.
X-Files, like
Type beat.
right. Yeah, it's like scary alien. This one's a
I remember that groundhog. It was like,
yep, which everyone said was a dramatic chipmunk, but it's not chipmunk.
yeah.
Is it a groundhog? Is that like
I
confirmed?
think it was a groundhog.
I thought it was like a prairie dog or something.
Maybe it.
Look it up.
The jury's out.
The original meme, the dramatic chipmunk. Yeah.
Just one more time, man. Thank you for this.
Yeah. So now we have, like I said, now instead of being like, oh, where's that sound? There you go.
Well, the problem with our previous soundboard, there was just too many friggin' buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you're looking forever, and then sometimes you'll search, and there's still 12 buttons. It's like, okay, which one of these
Right.
is the one I need?
Well, and we, like, you would think of a sound, like, after, the moment's passed, whereas now you know exactly what sounds we have.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just a matter of,
I'm ready.
right.
You think of a sound, you hit the button, you're like,
Well, and yeah, that too. It would sit there and wait, whereas this is pretty instantaneous.
yeah, I like that one a lot. What's this one here?
That's just, it switches to another screen. I'll get into that later.
Okay, I see. Well. R.I.P. to our old soundboard setup.
Yeah. No more searching for this.
What a shame. But I tell you what,
Hello there.
to our new soundboard.
Violin goes
I love
on
that it keeps
forever.
going,
Jeez.
yeah.
Finally.
New soundboard alert. Throw the explosions in the back, too. We need it. Thank you for that, though.
Yeah,
That's
you're
great.
welcome.
I appreciate that. The other things are the things we always really talk about.
Every time.
So it's nothing new, but go leave a review.
Yes.
Leave a rating.
I will be honest with you. I have not checked. I will do that now as you speak. I would like to see if we have any new
Reviews.
Yeah. The silence.
Yeah.
No reviews.
Mm.
And there's still 8 ratings, so y'all are slacking.
So at this point, what I'm hearing is you just don't care about us, really. And if you don't care to help with something so small, it makes me nervous about you helping with the stuff we really need help with. We'll get into that. Yeah. But also merch. Mm-hmm. We got some nice stuff out. Mm-hmm. I've gotten some pictures of people getting their orders in and getting their merch in the mail.
The cool thing about the merch is that Spreadshop like retweeted us and commented on our posts and stuff, and so
tagged us in an Instagram post.
They're huge fans, so you know, just think about that next time.
Maybe you could fork it over.
Right, little sponsorship opportunity.
Nah, I wouldn't be against it.
Me neither.
Other than that, it's time for the sad stuff.
Yeah.
We got to do our weekly death shout-outs. Why are you laughing?
You're like weekly death shout-outs.
Almost weekly. Like
I know.
Like a shout-out to so-and-so. They're dead. Rip. That wasn't supposed to be as insensitive as it was.
I know. It's
but I will say, Prince Philip, it's really messed up. What's the first word you think of when you found out he died?
Finally. It's funny
Exactly.
as soon as because you texted me that when you saw that, and the first thing I thought of was when we were talking about him last, and you said something like he should be dead, like the way he looks, he should be dead, and that's like first thing I thought.
He should have been dead, and I feel like you guys kept trying to like stretch out his mortality, and that's just not how life works. Like money does not equal mortality. I don't care how many procedures you pay for, how many hearts you switch out.
Right.
Life is a ticking time bomb, and that man had already hit ding a long time ago, and you just wouldn't take him out of the microwave.
Yeah.
Like
he was like I think a couple months shy of his 100th birthday too. So
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
He was close. So I hate that was my first thought. Like, finally. Like,
Yeah.
Right. This man looks like he should be.
It's not like a finally like we wanted him to die, just like finally of like, it's been so long.
I mean, he looks miserable.
Yeah.
Every picture you see, he just looks like a corpse. Like, this man is not enjoying life. There's no way he is.
I think there was like an article that said like he wasn't even like fully aware of like
what's going on.
Yeah, like the extent of like coronavirus and stuff. He had no idea. Or even like the Meghan Markle interview. He was just like, huh?
Because he's practically lifeless. Like, it's weekend at Bernie's every day with the royal family. I'm sorry. But that man just looked like he was ready to just lay it down and be done with it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the one that was more... Because really, unfortunately, all that came from that death was jokes and memes.
I know.
The one that people really more so resonated with and took seriously was DMX.
Oh, you're right. I totally forgot to write that down, but yeah, you're right.
Shame on you.
I know.
DMX did die, which it was kind of awkward because Thursday night reports were coming out that he died, and his manager came out and was like, no, he's not dead yet. Like, the family's still with him, doing so-and-so, whatever. And then Friday morning, he did die.
Yeah.
So it was an awkward kind of bait and switch with how that played out, but it's just kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Yeah. I was talking earlier, though. I think one of the good things about DMX, people were able to give him his flowers in a multitude of ways while he was still here.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, I mean, it was still sudden, but, like, he had a long career. He had been around for a while. So he had gotten multiple opportunities to get the love, respect, recognition, whatever, admiration from any and everybody in the industries, film and music, or just fans. Like, he had gotten all of that already. So, not that you, like, lay on your deathbed going, well, at least, but, like, you got all of that.
Yeah.
Everything that you've put out of here, people, took that in and embraced it. So, rest in peace to those gentlemen.
Yes.
Go stream all DMX music. I listened to a lot of DMX on the way home from work yesterday. It's nice. Nice. But yeah, basically just the other good stuff. Go buy a freaking T-shirt. It'd be great. But what's free is just leaving a rating.
Right. That's the one free way that you can support us and help us. So, I mean, if you're low on cash, maybe rethink your...
Maybe put in an application. No. In the meantime, do some reviews and some ratings. That's free. And then eventually consider a T-shirt.
Right.
Let's start the show.
So you know how much... Shut up.
Didn't do anything.
I know, but you're looking at me like...
I just was sitting here.
looking all pleasant.
You're like, all right. So you know how you shut up.
All right. So...
Go ahead.
So you know how much of a Friends fan I am.
Yes.
I know that people think it's... Every time. I need to add that.
Yes.
Just the clap. I know people think it's overrated, but I love it, and you can leave your opinions in the comments. But I think I mentioned it before, but they were supposed to do like a reunion episode, like a non-scripted thing, just kind of like what they did with the Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
Prince, where they're just kind of sit around talking about the show. It got canceled because of COVID. They were supposed to shoot it in like 2020 or something. However, a leak from Friends' own Matthew Perry, who played Chandler, accidentally put a photo on his Instagram of them shooting the reunion, and like it immediately it was like deleted, but not before.
Accidentally.
That's what I want to know. Like, it's not like you were like, oh, I just posted Instagram. You know
That
what I
wasn't
mean?
the last picture in your camera. Like,
Exactly.
There's so many steps to go through to post something on Instagram.
But he shared the photo, and like I said, I deleted it after, but not before people saw it. It was a photo of him sitting in the makeup chair. Like I said, quickly taken down, but again, people were saving it and stuff. So they announced, I'm just reiterating everything I just said, but they made the announcement that it was going to be a huge deal in 2020, but then COVID happened, so they didn't do it. But it looks like they're picking that back up now. There were some other photos that were leaked that I want to show you that are pretty cool. So there's Matthew Perry. That's the one that I don't think that was the one he posted on Instagram, but it's a photo that somebody's taken. And then there's one of the actual stage where they're shooting, and you can see they've got the fountain, they've got the couch, they've got the city backdrop, and it looks like they have an audience, which would be kind of cool. But yeah,
Live studio audience.
right, exactly. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because again, Friends fan, but I don't know.
Oh my God, who the hell cares? No, I'm kidding. I was never really a big Friends fan. Sorry,
I was never a big Friends fan.
We're just gonna put something on the screen so you don't see that happening. I was never really a huge Friends fan, but when I was working at Vantage, my lunch break almost always, mind you, my lunch break was a different time every day. Because working at a bank, like you switch up the lunch shifts, so you don't become too predictable or whatever. I would always end up in the break room with this guy Dennis. Dennis always would have on TBS because there was a block a couple hours in the middle of the day, be Friends.
Yep.
And he loves it. So through Dennis, I was like, it's not so bad.
Yeah, caught glimpses of it.
Yeah. So I'd still watch it just to see, Excuse me. Throw it all away. What's wrong with me today?
Trash this whole segment.
Horrible. Scratching armpits, you're burping after drinking your water. You have nothing for me here. But no, I just still don't understand. I can't get past accidentally posted. Like,
But
you go on Instagram, you
Right.
now have to click. Is it even right in the middle anymore? I think it's in the top corner. You have to click in the top corner to add something new. You then have to scroll to find it. And if that's from being in the makeup chair sometime last year when you were filming, like you had to. Sometimes I feel like people are
mean-
like, I'm going to post this and try to hurry up and delete it just to see like what kind of buzz I can make.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you do that on accident. There's too many steps.
Yeah.
Then Instagram makes you go through like 3 different things before you can post it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you like the filter? Do you like this? What would you like the thumbnail to be? Like,
Mm-hmm. Unless like he did it on, and when I say accident, meaning like he wanted to post it, he posted it, and then the studio was like, "Oh no, you got to
Yeah.
delete that," and then deleted it. I don't think that's what that was.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to like get into it, but I mean, Matthew Perry's kind of known for not being like the smartest person. He had a little some drug problems. See, it's coming in handy.
It works.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like people already knew it was going to happen anyway. So I mean, it's not like it's that big of a thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those
That's
studios get real like weird about certain stuff though.
very weird. And there was a whole big thing with the new Spider-Man movie where like they were posting like different titles, and like it's all a stunt, like obviously. And we talked about that too. I think like when like they're like, "Oops, I accidentally said like a spoiler, or whatever." Like, there's no way that the studio would like keep them in the movie. You know what I mean? Because they would fire somebody in a heartbeat if they spoiled something.
Yeah.
And especially somebody like Tom Holland, who like doesn't really have a career. Like he's just Spider-Man.
He's still blowing up a little bit. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So I think
Like Robert Downey Jr., you might be like,
right.
But
I
some
think
young guy that's still getting his start. Oh, get out of here.
I think the whole like thing of like, "Oops, I accidentally said it." I think it's like a stunt by the studio.
Yeah.
Like the studio knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're smart.
Well, like I love that video. I think of by the way, whoop, whoop, whoop. I love that video of Tom Holland, and he's like looking at this Avengers thing. It's a poster, and the back of it says "Do not share," and he's like, "Wow, you guys got to see." Oh no, oh no! Like, there's no way.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean. Like, it's got to be like a stunt for like the publicity, and for people to be like, "Oh, Tom Holland accidentally." You know what I mean?
Also, this will be a perfect segue. Let's take a quick musical break, and this is a perfect segue to my topic.
Okay.
Welcome back to more.
That's terrifying. Welcome back.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, as a piggyback, to what we were just talking about.
Mhm.
So, I do believe the third Spider-Man movie had. They didn't see it. I do believe it's wrapped filming.
Oh, okay.
I think. But this is how crazy people are on the internet. There's like a banner.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody involved with the movie, I guess, has signed.
Mm-hmm.
People were going through signatures, trying to like, well, this looks like Tobey Maguire's signature. And this looks like Andrew Garfield's signature. Like,
Come on.
just wait for the damn movie.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
it's not that serious.
It's like, why is you figuring out whose signature it is gonna make a difference? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Also, wasn't it confirmed that they're in there?
No.
I thought they confirmed that.
No.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I think, well, I can't really get into it too much because, we said we don't want to spoil people.
Oh.
At this point, WandaVision's been out long enough. Go watch it. If you haven't watched it, you don't care, clearly.
Right.
But after the, like, stunt casting with that thing,
Mhm.
I think people are a little more nervous now. Like, okay, Alfred Molina's in it, but is he...
Right, is he
you
actually
know,
playing Doc Ock?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they haven't really confirmed that Toby and Andrew are in the film.
Okay.
But then there was also something that somebody posted that was like a T-shirt from the set that had the third film's title card on it,
Oh.
but had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on it. Also, I just must say, though, although I find this stuff, like, fun to look at and read or whatever,
Yeah.
it is annoying, though, that this is the new norm because, like, this takes away from just walking in the theater
Right.
and then going, oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know,
Being
'cause-
blown away.
Oh, well, we think that so-and-so's signing to this, and, oh, it's confirmed so-and-so signed a contract. So then, it like, still, it's going to be a fun experience seeing Alfred Molina on screen, but, like, had you just not known that he was involved at all, it'd be better.
Right.
But
Well,
now it's
you
like
could imagine
constant.
like the eruption in the theater, like when he appears on screen.
Yes.
And that's why I think they keep stuff like that you know,
It's okay. Take your
I'm
time.
never gonna be able to get over that. I can't think of a particular movie, but you know, there have been movies where like they keep that so hush hush, like either a cameo or somebody who's in the movie. They don't mention it at all, and then when the movie comes out, it becomes a big thing. Why can't they just keep doing that instead of, you know? I mean, leakers are going to be leakers, and people are going to, you know, have rumors and stuff like that. But I feel like these studios are playing into that all the time by like dropping little hints and stuff, and that's why I'm just like, can you just knock it off?
What I will say too is like with Avengers Endgame, there was nonstop leakers and pictures of like, okay, well this is Robert Downey Jr., but then Chris Evans is wearing his old cap suit from 2012, so there has to be a time travel aspect.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, it was still a phenomenal movie. Like there were exciting parts, but like when you're bombarded with outlet after outlet, like, ooh, look at this, look at that, look at this, like you're ruining some of the suspense and surprise elements. Like,
when like post-credit scenes have also ruined movies too. Yeah. Like, because now it's never, not that it's not related to the movie, but now it's just always like, oh, here's a preview of something that, you know, we're coming out with. And it's like, okay, just
all right,
make
Christopher
a movie.
Nolan.
Exactly.
I kind of like those. I'll admit it.
I know,
and it depends. Like some things, it can be like, wait, was that, you know?
Yeah.
Or like it's the last little part that should have just been in the movie.
Right. Well, it's like, yeah, if it was that important, why can't you just put it in the movie? Because
like a little deleted scene.
Exactly.
A bonus.
Like,
it's a little treat.
Because not everyone's gonna sit there through the credits or fast forward through the credits just to watch. You know what I mean?
If you're one of those people, you're foolish. If you didn't sit there and just wait for it. Like I've been in movies like as recent as 2019, 2018, and people will still get up and walk out, and I'm like, are you new here?
See,
do you not know what's coming?
When I was a kid, we didn't sit there and watch the credits because we wanted to watch the credits, because it was always my mom was like, we're gonna wait till everyone else leaves because I'm not pushing through people.
Yeah,
so we're like sitting there
right.
like, come on, Mom, we want to leave, and we're like watching the credits.
We need to leave.
I'll add that to the board.
What I will say though, as far as keeping things secret, and then we'll whoop whoop whoop, because you know Spider-Man and Doctor Strange apparently will connect.
Yeah.
Apparently he's gonna get a more like comic book accurate suit or something, and they've been keeping his like new design like real hush hush. It's like exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish this has been my like original segment was these people going crazy about stupid Spider-Man related stuff, but then the whoop, whoop, whoop is all the crazy stuff to me that like just kind of has ruined movies for me.
Yeah.
To a degree, I like watching it, or even these YouTube videos. Like after every episode, there has to be some Easter egg and some theory, like which you ultimately end up giving away pieces of the final plot. Like most of the stuff is just misses, like total swing and miss. But at some point, you do get to certain details. It's like, well, you just ruined the plot because now I know who this person is, so I know by the end of this show that probably means that they'll be this or that.
Yeah.
Just let people watch the shows. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the good stuff.
So for who asked for this week, which I feel like we haven't had one in a while. Maybe we have. I don't know. It's been so long since we recorded that my brain is not working. So interestingly enough, you brought this up because I didn't even know about this. So apparently there's a CW live action reboot of the Powerpuff Girls, and people are not impressed after seeing a couple of the on-set photos. So an updated version of the beloved cartoon from the director of Juno, Diablo Cody, which I'm like, huh? The titular, yes, I can't. Why can I never read? The titular superheroes, yeah, I know. Okay, so
You want me to read it?
You know what? I always do, so why don't you go ahead?
Having a little bit of a hard time over there today.
Yeah.
The titular superheroes have grown up to become disillusioned 20-somethings who resent having lost their childhood to crime fighting.
I'm going to stop you right there. This is literally every show on TV right now. is like these 20-something being like, oh, life sucks, and that kind of like, come up with something new. Seriously. Okay, I'm sorry.
Especially, whatever. New photos from the set of the reboot released by TMZ have not been received well by fans. Not been received well is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't know what that is. This looks like a really bad, I don't want to say it, but like a really bad like porn remake.
It does.
You know what I mean? Where they just try
Powerpuff Girls XXX.
like they just try like this much to get a costume. It doesn't have to look like it as long as,
You remember what these three girls looked like, right? Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles.
Yeah.
Why did I forget Bubbles? You remember what they look like.
Yeah.
So now let's show you what they look like now. Or let's just throw it up on the screen.
Yeah. Like
Get a full screen of how bad this is. It sucks. Those costumes in the cartoon do not translate to a real life costume.
You can see in like two of the girls' outfits, like I don't know if that's a seam or if it's like a wrinkle from it being folded like in a bag. Like you can see on Buttercup's like dress.
Also, all their socks are different.
Yeah.
Like literally, they just wore the same exact things. They were just different colors. But like that wouldn't look good on a normal small child.
Right. Also, what 20-something wears
would
this?
wear that?
Yeah.
Fashion forward 20-something in the 21st century would be like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. So it's all stupid, but
Yeah.
in them, superheroes, Blossom is Chloe Bennett, Bubbles, Dove Cameron, and Buttercup, Yana Peralt, are seen running around town dressed in their iconic pink, blue, and green outfits. One image sees Bennett's Blossom hooked up to wires for a stunt. In a post that has received nearly 256,000 likes, Twitter user Deanne Wiley wrote, "This is why y'all need to leave cartoons as cartoons, because this looks absolutely ridiculous. 3 grown-ass women flying around in slip dresses and penny loafers." Well, many others appear to agree with Wiley's early assessment of the forthcoming show, with some even demanding that the project be abandoned.
Wow.
# cancel Powerpuff Girls. One person wrote, "The Powerpuff Girls are little girls in primary school. These are grown-ass women in Ross outfits, and it's not going to work. Cut the cameras.
That's so funny.
I need that clip of Black China. Cut the cameras.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
I have
horrible.
So I have this clip here, and it's showing Blossom getting thrown into the air. I think eventually, maybe. Oh, there she goes. No. Is that how? That doesn't even look like once you green screen out the cables and stuff. It's not going to look natural. It just looks like she's being hoisted up by cables.
I just don't know who greenlit this, as we usually ask along. This is going to get changed from who asked for this to who greenlit this. I just don't understand why.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't understand the appeal. But also, like, whoop whoop. I was watching a clip of the Powerpuff Girls just, like, beating the crap out of Mojo Jojo. And he was in jail.
Yeah.
You know what clip I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Buttercup holds up a jar of, like, I would assume some type of candy, maybe like small jawbreakers or something. And then she responds to holding this up, tempting Mojo Jojo by putting her foot in his mouth. And they're like beating him, and his little helmet has his brain sticking out, and he's all crumbled up. And I was like, dude, I don't think cartoons like this could fly today.
No, absolutely
Like,
not.
this is so violent,
No.
and this is so...
Well, it's funny you say that because I remember my mom telling a story about how she wasn't allowed to watch the Three Stooges because my grandma was afraid that they would do those things like to each other. Which, if you look at it now, like Three Stooges is so tame.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just them not poking each other in the eyes or whatever. But like, I mean, times change, so I don't know.
But also, like, one of the very first things I remember watching in my home that I've lived in now since forever ago was the Powerpuff Girls movie. Like, I never once was walking around beating up people, like, stomping them like those three were. I don't know. It was just funny how relentlessly they abused Mojo Jojo. Like, at what point has justice gone too far? Now I need to go home and write a think piece about how the Powerpuff Girls imitate the modern way that we see police.
In this essay, I will Thank you for joining our TED Talk.
I'm gonna go ahead, screenshot this picture. I'm gonna put lens flares over my eyes and give myself one of those hats. I believe they're called a Kofi. Yeah, I'm gonna just get real. New Twitter picture coming soon. Wait on it. It's gonna be huge. Yeah. Anyway, nobody wants to see this.
The least of all, like, it's not like this is just people saying this. These are Powerpuff Girl fans saying, like, cancel this movie.
Everybody, I'm pretty sure, loved the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of those constants growing up. Like, it was a good show. Like, it was a good show. And also, Mojo Jojo. My mom, until this day, will randomly, like, mention Mojo Jojo. Like, why do you still even think of that? But, no, this just looks bad.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less from the CW, though, so.
And I was going to say, you're like, who greenlit this? When has the CW been known for making good shows?
But I will say, All American, will recommend.
Okay.
Pretty good show. But, like, The Flash.
Riverdale.
Sometimes gets awful.
Yeah.
Black Lightning, acting is awful. Batwoman, I believe there will be a third Batwoman for the third season. Like, are you just going to keep cycling through who holds the mantle? This is weird now. Essentially what I'm hearing is we need to shut down the CW. Hashtag shut down the CW.
Hashtag shut down.
Can we get that trending? I think if we try hard enough, enough people on Twitter would be like, no, I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all we got for Who Asked for This. Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to watch it? I think I want to watch it just to see how bad it is.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Like, how much are you really going to screw this up? And at this point, who are you fighting as the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah. Crime has
Mojo Jojo was like, he had to at least be in human years, like in his 20s.
Can you
or 30s
imagine?
when you were little girls.
Can you imagine what he's going to look like? Because he's going to be in the movie.
He shouldn't be.
I mean,
if you're 20-somethings by now, you guys were like preschoolers when you were fighting.
He will be.
Yeah.
And if that's what they look like, the Powerpuff Girls look like, I cannot imagine what he's going to look like.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad. Is the mayor still going to be around? Are we finally going to get to see his assistant's face?
Girls, yeah. Probably not.
And the little phone. I want to see if we're going to see the assistant's face.
Yeah, a reveal for the
Danny
assistant.
DeVito could be the mayor. He's little enough, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be great. See, and now we're like, here's how we would change. Here's how we would
Let
turn.
us, CW, call us before we cancel you. And we can save your project.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll be right back after these messages. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for everybody's favorite segment, but most importantly, my favorite segment of the show. Let's get into some Florida news.
You want to do the theme?
Let's do it.
I got the button for you.
Hit the button.
No, I'll
Hit
let
the
you
button.
do it.
It's time. You guys ready? It makes me feel good.
Yep.
I feel like there needs to be like disco lights or something.
Ooh.
If it's not too hard, give me a hat.
Just a little sitting on your head. Yeah.
Put a little hat that just
Will do. Super easy.
start wearing overalls and cut off flannel shirts. As far as I'm concerned, that's what they wear in Florida.
Right. Stereotypes. All right.
No, I was just going to preface it with
okay. With silence.
Never mind.
Okay.
I'll let you do your thing. Something's not right today.
All right. So this one is actually kind of relevant.
Yeah.
And we kind of already talked about it before, but Florida man breaks the Guinness World Record for watching Avengers Endgame. Just wait and see how many times he watched it, because I'm like, wow, way too many. Okay, so Florida-based personal trainer Ramiro Alanis, he's got the same name, different spelling, but he just broke a Guinness World Record by watching Avengers Endgame in a movie theater more times than any other person. Specifically, he broke the record for the most cinema productions attended same film. Each viewing was in a movie theater. It's unclear how many movie theaters he watched the film in, or if he had to buy private screenings because of the COVID-19 pandemic. He watched Endgame 191 times in 94 days. If you do the math, that's like 2 times a day. Because the number of days that he watched it is half. Exactly, yeah. I'm like, wow. He started April 26th of 2019. He celebrated the achievement with a tweet saying, "I'm officially amazing." He also told the Guinness World Record that the achievement took a huge toll on his social life, his family, and his general well-being. Well, wouldn't you think? The most difficult part about the attempt was giving up my social life with my family, the gym. He lost 16 pounds of muscle, and managing his work hours and screening times at the theater. See, like, I was impressed, but now I'm just like, okay, like, you're sacrificing everything in your life to do this. Yeah.
I stopped going to the gym. I stopped hanging out with friends and family because I had to watch this movie 200 times in 3 months. You made that choice.
Exactly, yeah.
You decided to keep devoting 6 hours of every one of your days.
You could have stopped it anytime.
I love a good Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. I love Avengers Endgame.
Do you love it enough to watch it 191 times?
I love it enough to watch it maybe twice in 94 days because after that first day of watching it 2 times in the same day, I'm not going to want to watch it again for a while.
Yeah.
So in a 94-day period, maybe 3 to 4 times.
Right.
Most likely 1 to 2. And this is coming from a huge fan.
Exactly. He said that the support I got from family, friends, managers, and staff from the theaters I visited and the support from fans helped him see through to the end of the road. So what does he suggest if you're trying to break a record? He said, well, plan accordingly to your record attempt and prepare yourself as much as you can, physically and mentally, and all things are possible.
It took a lot of preparation to sit in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically. I have to sit in these chairs that I can recline in and not be bothered by. I have to really think about this. I got to mull this over, man. I just sit here on this 500-inch TV screen and watch this movie by myself with no disruptions, no punk little kids, no annoying audience members. Man, that's a lot of preparation, dude.
Yeah. Well, and at what point, like, especially for a movie that's, you know, like almost 3 hours long, like, at what point do you get to be, like, bored? Like, I would be bored watching a movie like 3 times.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, it's time to do something else, you know?
There's only, like...
He should be able to quote the whole movie at this point. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying because I like Taken is up there. The Black Panther is one of those movies I watched 1,000,001 times in the year that it came out. Because I went a couple different times during the week it came out.
Right.
And then I'd watched it. It was at Lindenwood's Theater at one point. I watched it there.
Yep.
I've watched it at home. I've watched it at other people's homes. So it's at the point, like, certain movies, I can just sit there and I know exactly what's about to happen.
Right.
I think Avengers Endgame is a great movie. I just don't see myself, any movie really.
Yeah.
I don't see myself sitting there and watching it almost 200 times.
I don't think there's any
within
movie.
a 3-month period.
Mm-hmm.
200 times over the span of my life even sounds like, all right, dude. You know, but
yeah.
In a 3-month period, you haven't even gotten through a quarter of the year. Barely. And you've already watched this movie that many times.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
impressive just because why? Like,
yeah.
Off the sheer thought of, do you have nothing better to do with your life? That's why it's impressive.
Clearly not.
You were able to clear out 3 months of your time to devote to this.
And working around, like, I cannot imagine ever telling my boss, sorry, I can't come into work because I'm watching Avengers Endgame. I mean, maybe he gave more info than, you know.
I'm going for a world record right now.
But also, no boss in the world that I know of would be like, oh, absolutely, of course. And then they'd be like, I don't care. You can come into work.
Figure it out.
Right.
No, that's ridiculous. My thing too is it's funny because, well, this wasn't even a quarantine thing. This started April of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So he was done what? It started late April, so May.
Yeah, it's
June,
unclear.
It had to be done by August.
Yeah,
because he started late April and almost got 3 months worth. A little bit over 3 months worth.
Yeah.
Granted, say every month is 31 days. It's still only 93 days, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 94.
So he just a little bit over 3 months time. So about by August he was done. So you had options. The world was open. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, this was probably a quarantine thing. Like, I know I'm rewatching the Marvel movies in the order that they came out. So I've reached phase 3 and 4. So I'm getting close to the good stuff. But when there's not much else to do, like, okay, it makes sense. Or like re-binging old shows. Like I rewatched the whole season 1 through 3 of Daredevil again. Like, again, not much to do. Some people working from home. So you were doing this willingly.
Yeah.
When you did, like, you had things you could be doing.
Yep.
And even, wow. No, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's what my mother would call a waste of time.
Yeah. What? No. All things considered, as a Florida story, it's not that bad.
No, compared to some of the other stuff we've talked about.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those where you're just like, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? I could have put that on there, but,
Write a note down. Put it in your pocket. Yeah. But anyway, I admire the dedication.
Yeah.
I haven't been dedicated to anything that seriously in my life.
Maybe just see some of that dedication in getting a job. See, that's what my mom, she'd be like, wow,
Here's a job application. Why don't you spend 94 days filling out 200 applications?
Right. So much effort in the things you want to do. Just put that in. And there are some kids now that, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking. Kids nowadays, they'll like print out a fake like Coca-Cola label and put it on their bottle and use that like to cheat on tests. I'm like, you can just use that brilliance and ingenuity and actually studying for the test.
Like there was some video and this kid figured out like he could inspect the elements of the web page, and in the coding it said which ones were false.
Wow.
Dude, freaking study.
I
His
guarantee
mom's
you.
like, oh, these kids are so smart. Well, if they're so smart, you saw the wheels start turning because it pisses me off.
Yeah.
They're so smart. Just read the freaking books and learn how to pass your tests. Like, stop coming up with the cutting edge way to cheat.
Right.
Just learn how to retain some information.
Yeah.
Freaking ADHD crack babies out here on their iPads playing Cocomelon. They don't know how to just focus on real stuff and remember stuff. We have to cheat.
Right.
I'm getting old, man. That's what's happening here. I think we're getting old, and certain stuff pisses us off that probably wouldn't or shouldn't piss us off.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to end this week's show. Don't get old. Hydrate your body. Been drinking nice ice cold water all day. Tell your family you love them because every week we're talking about somebody that's dying.
Time is short,
funny.
people. Time
It's
is
not
short.
funny. Why are you laughing? What's wrong with
Just
you?
the way that you say, you're like, every week somebody dies, so tell your family you love them.
People die every day, B.
Yep.
So go hug somebody. Tell them you love them. If your loved ones are getting older, just let it happen. Don't keep trying to force it.
Yeah.
And give them 7 different hearts. Like it's not worth it. That's not a life you want to live. Weekend at Bernie's. So anyway, it's been a really kind of morbid and weird show at times.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. But it's good to be back.
Agreed.
Agreed.
That's how
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.